The United States and Canada share one of the world's largest and most integrated trading relationships, exchanging over $2 billion in goods and services every day. Yet beneath this vital economic partnership, rising tariffs and countermeasures are reshaping the landscape of cross-border trade. Today, we're diving deep into the evolving trade dispute between these two neighboring giants. Starting March 4th, 2025, the U.S. implemented new tariffs on Canadian goods that have sent ripples through the economic system. A 25% tariff on most Canadian imports. A 10% tariff on Canadian energy exports, covering crucial products like oil, natural gas, and potash. The U.S. administration defends these measures as necessary steps to address domestic economic challenges and security concerns, while promoting domestic manufacturing and aiming to reduce the trade deficit. In response, Canada swiftly imposed its own set of countermeasures, 25% tariffs on $30 billion worth of U.S. goods, additional reciprocal tariffs on steel, aluminum, and other products valued at around $29.8 billion, targeted tariffs on non-CUSMA compliant U.S.-made vehicles, which took effect on April 9, 2025 at 12:01 a.m. EDT. These coordinated actions have already begun to disrupt several key sectors. On March 12, 2025, the U.S. escalated the trade tensions by imposing a 25% tariff on Canadian steel and aluminum, effectively ending long-standing exemptions that had been in place since 2018. In response, Canada implemented equivalent measures on U.S. metals, a move that further complicates the supply chain for manufacturers who rely on a seamless flow of materials across the border. The automotive sector, a cornerstone for both economies, has felt the pressure from these trade measures. The United States began applying a 25% tariff on Canadian automobiles starting April 3, 2025. Additional tariffs on auto parts are scheduled for May 3, 2025, targeting the non-U.S. content in vehicles compliant with CUSMA. In retaliation, Canada enforced a 25% tariff on non-CUSMA compliant U.S.-made vehicles effective April 9, 2025. These changes are significant, affecting an industry that supports over 500,000 Canadian jobs and highlighting the deep interdependence of our economies. Another long-standing issue remains the softwood lumber dispute. The United States is currently reviewing additional tariffs on Canadian lumber, citing the need to bolster domestic construction and support military infrastructure. This dispute, rooted in fundamental differences in resource management and pricing structures, continues to impact both the cost and competitiveness of lumber, a key material in the American housing market. The ripple effects of these trade measures extend well beyond tariff headlines. Higher consumer prices. Increased tariffs mean higher costs for everyday products, from vehicles to construction materials, which directly affect the cost of living. Disrupted supply chains. Industries that rely on smooth, efficient cross-border logistics are now facing delays and rising operational costs. Job risks. With critical sectors under pressure, both nations risk job losses that could impact local communities, particularly in regions with deeply integrated supply chains. It's worth noting that over half of the trade between the U.S. and Canada still benefits from preferential treatment under CUSMA, offering some stability in an otherwise turbulent environment. While the term trade war makes for dramatic headlines, the reality of U.S.-Canada trade tensions is more nuanced. These measures, though disruptive, occur within the context of one of the world's strongest economic partnerships. They reflect deeper economic and political dynamics and are not a full-scale war, but rather a series of targeted moves that underscore the challenges of balancing national interests with mutual benefit. As both countries navigate these turbulent waters, finding a balanced approach that protects domestic interests without sacrificing the benefits of close economic ties will be essential. If you found this analysis helpful, please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to be notified of our next upload. As ever, until next time, stay curious.